Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer. I'm from Dragon Holistics. In today's video, I'm going to talk about emotions and why they're important to think about.
Thank you. I'm here to talk to you about two things that you would think just do not go together. Those two things are emotional intelligence and the laws of attraction. I was talking to Dr. Thomas the other day when I came for the rehearsal, and he said, well, Doc, emotional intelligence, isn't that being aware and having clarity about your feelings and the feelings of other people when you're in the midst of a set of circumstances or a situation with them? And I say, yeah, that is definitely a definition for that and a very accurate definition for that. But the truth about emotional intelligence goes far beyond having just clarity about people. It's clarity about situations, circumstances. Why are you there? When you stop and think about, I'm in this situation, I'm in the midst of something. Now, what is that something? And more than likely, that something is a set of circumstances or a dilemma you may have encountered that you attracted into your life. And that's where the laws of attraction come to meet emotional intelligence. Like attracts like. These things that you expect come to you. What we believe is that if we say some affirmations, if we take a moment and visualize something, do a vision board or something of that nature, that's what's going to happen, but not true. As a matter of fact, if I say right now, do not think of a chimpanzee wearing a red tie and a blue and white pinstripe suit, whatever you do not picture this chimpanzee wearing this red bow tie and this blue pinstripe suit. What do you keep thinking of? The very thing that I told you don't think about, because that is where you are putting your emotion, that energy plus motion, and the more emotion you pour into anything, the more of that thing you receive. In other words, you can say one thing and do another. And as we well know, many of us typically say all the right things, but do we do them? If you don't believe me, go to somebody's house and look at all the dusty workout equipment. Look at all the diets that they tried. Go to a gym and look at the people that signed up that are no longer coming, because what we have done is we've taken the laws of attraction and misapplied them. We don't take serious the things that we feel we deserve enough in order for them to manifest into our lives. And how do you stop that? Real simple. Monitor what you feel. What you constantly think about, that is exactly what you get. If you keep thinking, my luck is never good. Everybody gets it but me. I'll never have that. I'll never live in that house. You know, that's for them, whoever them or those people are. When you constantly think about how much bills are, what do you end up with? More pink slips, more bills. When you constantly think about, I don't want to gain any more weight, or I need to lose some of these bad habits that I have. I want to stop smoking. I'm not going to smoke. What do? The minute the pressure hits, you go get a cigarette and you smoke again. You get frustrated and you eat again. And as you continue to do these things, your thoughts and your feelings equal the manifestations that you get in your life. Here's the $1 million solution to that. First, monitor what you think about. Your mind, and you know, there's a lot of theories around this concept, but I'm going to tell you this. Everything that is seen comes from that which was not seen. That chair you're sitting in, the clothes you have on. Right now was somebody's I did one time. Somebody figured, I don't know, a long time ago, guys should wear a tie. You know, we figured somehow that, going on horses wasn't enough. Maybe if I can build this contraption, I could fly like a bird. Everything that we do started out in the unseen, and someone call those things that are not as though they are, and brought them into manifestation.
So emotions. You might wonder why I'm doing a video on emotions, because why talk about them? I mean, they're things that we experience every day. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video, it follows on from the other video I did on what does it mean to create your life. So basically, emotions are powerful units of energy, if you want to think of it that way. They're all, yes, they're biochemical messengers in your body, but those of you who know about quantum physics and about energy, about chi flow, about even people who practice Reiki, energy is everywhere and everything is energy. And our emotions are powerful units of energy that can be used in really powerful ways to manifest what you want in your life. And they can also be used to cause ill health. It's kind of simplifying it in a way, but one of the things I've learned while I've been practicing this process of being aware of what you feel, about what you think, and where that's going out into the world and coming back to you. My own experience with emotions is that they are our biggest allies when it comes to being able to think about how to create our own lives and how we can draw our experiences in based on what we're feeling. And a lot of times we don't really think about it. We just, we spend a lot of time reacting to things. I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean by that, because, you read the news and you're upset about what's going on in the world, and then you're out on the street and somebody bumps you and you're really annoyed by that, or you go into work and a colleague is grumpy and they're affecting you, and it could be anything. That's all of the things that we go through on a daily basis. Whatever happens, we tend to just react. That's our emotional kind of compass, is to think that I'm reacting to that experience and that person and that experience and this not happening, but this happening. So what I'm hoping to help with in this video, or to kind of express from my own experience, is that once you decide how you want to feel on a daily basis and in every moment of your life, amazing things can happen. So if we think about, so if I rewind things and we think about maybe the negative aspect of how emotions can affect you. I don't know how many of you do this, but a lot of times, in our culture, you're having a bad day and you don't want people to know about it. So what do? You put on a smile, you put on a brave face, and you kind of almost put away those emotions and you don't express them, and you're pretending to be happy. I mean, in some ways we do these for socially acceptable reasons. You don't necessarily want to dump all your stuff onto other people. But if you don't find a way to express those emotions, like I said, as powerful units of energy, they're doing something in your body. And for me, I just was so used to doing this all the time. I just wanted people to think I'm happy and I'm fine. And over the years, if I had an accumulation of worries, I wasn't letting those emotions out. So what I was doing was like pushing it down like a beach ball. And what that resulted in was I ended up developing stomach hernias, which from a medical perspective, people don't really talk about. But from a naturopathic perspective, from a health perspective, the natural, people, homeopaths, they talk a lot about how you hold emotions and stress in your diaphragm, that area of your stomach. And a lot of people who maybe don't express their emotions, who push them down, they hide them, they don't tell anyone about them. You are literally storing this energy in your body, and it has to do something. And if they're not positive emotions, they're gonna cause illness. And if you read people like Caroline Myss and Louise Hay in particular, they talk a lot about how your emotions affect your health in very positive and very negative ways. Emotions are the main cause of all kinds of illnesses. But that's sort of for another topic. So the reason I mention that is just because it's an illustration again of how important emotions are in our life. We don't realize it, but they're very important. And we react and we're responding to them constantly. So I don't know how many of you ever gone into a room or somewhere where maybe the emotions were high and you could kind of feel it. It was like either excitement, or maybe you've gone into a room with people and everyone's nervous because they have an exam. You can feel it. It's palpable. These things are real. Energy is vibration, and emotions are vibration. So what I want to say is, in turning that around, when we talk about law of attraction, about creating your life, once you're able to really monitor your emotions and decide that you want to feel good, that your aim is always to feel good, then you start, bringing to you really good experiences, good people. Because that is, again, it's the like for like. We live in an attractive universe. What you feel will come back. I don't know if you've noticed, maybe you're like this or you've seen other people. Someone who's excessively negative often has negative people around them. Someone who's exuberantly positive, they tend to have positive people around them and positive experiences. So again, I know I say in these videos, it sounds like common sense. It's like, well, of course, you should feel good. It's important, but there's a different element to it when you feel you're in the driver's seat of this, because there is a sense of autonomy and empowerment when you know that, well, you know what, I can decide what day I'm going to have. I can decide what my life is going to be like in future by constantly being positive and looking at the good things that are happening, not focusing on the negative, getting rid of, maybe traumas I've had in my life or experiences that have caused me to have dysfunctional thought patterns. And those thought patterns, obviously, what you think is what you feel, and what you're creating, what you're manifesting. So I guess to sum things up in this, what I really wanted to say is just, if you haven't done that already, maybe start thinking about being very aware of what you're feeling, how you respond to situations, what your general barometer is of feeling every day. Do you generally feel a bit down? Do you generally feel a bit frustrated? And how can you change things so that you can start to feel good? Because I've noticed over the last 3 years since I've been doing this, that it's just changed massively. And sometimes it's hard to tell because you've just been going at it gradually for so long. But when I look back to how, I used to be maybe in my 20s to now, and how much has changed since I've started doing this, it's a really exciting process. And you know that actually, I can have what I want, I can be what I want, and it's going to take some work, because this is not an instant process. When I first started doing this, I kind of got frustrated, like, why aren't things happening? I'm being really positive. Well, the other thing about emotions is that you can't lie. Your body can't lie. So it doesn't make any difference if you're pretending to be happy if you're not actually happy inside. So sometimes I think actually a lot of the excessive positivity that goes around at the moment, that's spread on social media, can sometimes be a little bit damaging, because it doesn't address how to become happy. Because I think a lot of us have experiences and traumas and issues that we're not aware of, and you can go around trying to pretend to be positive, but if you're not deep down actually feeling good, it's not going to work. So that's part of the hard work of doing this. But once you get through it, when you get to the other side, it's really, really exciting. There's one more important thing I wanted to mention in relation to why it's important to think about your emotions and being in control of what you feel and deciding how you want to feel. And that is the biggest message for me is people and things and events do not have power over you. You have power over yourself. And as far as you're able to control what comes into your life, what kinds of people, what kinds of experiences, maybe control is not the right word. It's more about allowing experiences into your life based on deciding how you feel. And when you realize you're no longer a victim, you're not a victim of what happens to you in life. You're not a victim of what this person says to you or what experiences come to you. You are the creator of your life. And that is what comes when you embrace the process of being aware of how you feel and deciding how you want to feel and making those as happy and as joyful as possible. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. We'll go into these things in more detail as we go along. These are kind of just the first couple of videos we're doing. So hopefully it's helpful. But yeah, if you have any questions or you have any comments, or, send us your experiences, send us your own, ways that you've managed to change your life by being aware of your emotions. I'd love to hear from you. So thanks again for listening. Hope you enjoy the rest of our video series. We have quite a few different types of series we're going to do. This is just one of them. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.